one thing I did not know about running is how expensive it is as a sport. You might just think pair of trainers, pair of shorts, and off outside you go.
It's gonna suck, it's supposed to, and you just gotta tell yourself it's worth the price of admission.
The more and more you get into it, you start to realize how much gear you actually need. Over the last year, and probably more so during this training block, I've been trying and buying more running gear than ever. And I've been getting a lot of questions on my Instagram and stuff like, oh, where's this from? And where's that from? Before I went on this run, like I just posted a picture of my outfit like on my Instagram before I was heading out on a run. And I've just come back, checked my phone, and like so many people asked me like, where's this top from? Where's these shorts from? So in this episode, I thought I'd give you a rundown of all the gear I use during the week of training. In terms of what I ran in today, like I've got really long hair, and I remember when I was first like starting to run consistently, like I found like my hair was a nightmare to deal with. Running caps, like I use this Salomon running cap, just got this one recently actually, and then I've got a different one from Arc'teryx, which I'll probably show at some point in this video. These hats just take all the sweat, like this is genuinely soaked right now, and you probably wouldn't be able to tell. I make sure I have two now. As soon as I finish one, it goes in the wash, and then I've got the other one ready. This was like £20 on Amazon. Like you literally can't go wrong. I'm probably gonna buy the other color of it as well. Let's start with wearables, fitness wearables. I had the Apple Watch Ultra 2 for the longest time, but I very much felt like it was an extension of my phone. In the last month or so, I switched to Garmin, specifically the 2554 Forerunner, which is kind of Garmin's entry-level watch. And after a couple of weeks of trying that, I went all in and ended up buying the Epix Pro 2 Sapphire Edition. This watch is just incredible. It's so helpful in runs. I love the fact that I don't have to take my phone with me as well. I've got all my music and everything I need within my watch. I can upload my workouts there. I can create my own custom workouts, and I've been absolutely loving it so far. I also have the Whoop 5.0 as well. I think the data that it provides is really good. Sometimes it can feel a little bit overwhelming. There are so many different aspects in the app, but overall, I do really like it. If we move on to clothes now, starting with shorts and half tights, I much prefer to run in half tights. I used to run in shorts, just the shorts that I had already, but I would experience chafing quite often. And since I've started running in half tights, I've never really experienced that again. I really like the UVU half tights. I like the fact that they're ribbed as well. They're thick, so they kind of really compress your legs. The only thing about them that I don't like is the fact that the gel pockets hardly even hold a gel, or if you do put the gel in it, like it will rub against you. Sometimes I use the Represent 247 half tights as well, but they're a lot thinner. It's quite nice that they have a back pocket, but out of the two, I definitely prefer the UVU pair. And then there are a couple of shorts that I use, but I would say I only use shorts maybe on my speed sessions. There's one pair from this brand, Craft Sportswear. I love the way they fit, I love the way they feel, and for the price point, you really can't go wrong. I mentioned these shorts before, the shorts from UVU, they're new like performance shorts. Incredible, so comfortable, doesn't even feel like you're like wearing anything. And then today for the shoes, we had the Adidas Evo SLs. Yeah, a little bit of speed. I do feel like they don't have necessarily like too much support. Like when I'm going around corners and like things like that in particular, I feel like, oh God, like that wasn't fun on my ankles. And sometimes I find quite commonly, maybe it's because of my gait, but like the tongue kind of like goes lopsided, so I'll be like halfway through a run and I can kind of feel like the tongue like sliding down my foot a little bit, which is kind of annoying. But other than that, honestly, I love the Adidas Evos, can't complain. And the other shoe I use a lot in my training is the Asics Super Blast 2s. I'll use these mainly for easy runs or long runs if the pace in the long runs isn't specifically fast. But yeah, they just provide a whole load of support. They've got a really, really thick sole, which is nice. And my foot is kind of wide, so they're quite wide as well. I've never really experienced any sort of blisters or pain in them at all. In terms of carbons, I've got the Nike Alpha Fly 3s, which I raced in last time, but I do feel like they are quite narrow, and I did feel like my foot was really, really tight in them. The next race I race, I want to try the Adidas Adios, and we'll see how those go. But for now, that's essentially the rotation. There's something that I've definitely learned during this marathon block, and that is pretty much every day you're gonna feel something somewhere, whether that's from weight training or, you know, just mileage stacking up. Very common for runners. Maybe I can call myself on that now, I don't know. My calves, and even recently, like my kind of like Achilles tendon area, it's felt quite tender, especially after like speed sessions where I'm kind of, let's say, being a lot more explosive. Basically, I like to try and get that tension out right away and not let it build up. So walking, not basically just like sitting on my ass after a long run, but also using this gua sha tool. There are some other names for them, but you can get them really, really cheap. Just basically trying to get all the blood flowing into my calves. And when I feel any sort of like real tension in a specific spot or area, the next day, I feel grateful for doing that. Like I don't quite feel like that same soreness. Just getting that out of there. Gua sha tool with some oil. But me personally, I use this salve balm, and I'll probably speak to you tomorrow when we've got our next workout. Tomorrow we're training legs. In terms of gym shoes, this is what I will lift in, the Nike Metcons. In terms of a lifting shoe, you want something flat. I mean, if it has a lifted or elevated heel like the Metcon does, that's great as well. But really and truly, you just want something that's gonna keep you stable and something that you can actually push through. You don't want to be lifting in running shoes or something bouncy that are essentially doing your stability absolutely no favors. So I've been lifting with the Nike Metcon for a good couple of years. You can get these pretty cheap now. I think I picked these up in an outlet for like £60. Super solid shoe. So we've just pulled up to the gym. It's Thursday, which is my leg day. Basically just bring you along some of the exercises that I really work on to facilitate my running. Every week on the leg press does not get easier, let me just tell you that. This was 3 sets of 8, actually 10 kilos heavier than last week. In that clip, 8 reps may have looked close to failure, but genuinely I know I probably could have gone another at least 3 or 4 reps. And that's kind of how I'm currently training with all my sets on legs. I'm pushing them hard, each rep feels intense, but knowing that there's a couple of reps at least in the tank. We're not trying to destroy our legs here. We've got to run 28K on Sunday. Now we're going to work on 2 muscles in particular that I feel have really, really helped me during my runs. And that is calves and the tibias. I come onto the leg press machine, fully extend my legs, have my feet in this position, and I want to drop my heels in, hold it there, and then explosive and get on my toes nice and quickly. Oh my God, that's it. Yeah, Christ. And then what I'll do is I'll superset these with the tibias. So grabbing a kettlebell and put that through my foot right there. Make sure my leg is completely straight. I'm gonna point my toe, get a good stretch, and drive my toes back towards me. Okay, they are really starting to burn right about now. Onto the left side, and then I'll go straight back to the leg press and do my calves again, and I'll repeat this. So here we have got 2 slices of sourdough bread with 3 eggs and 150 grams of egg whites with onions, garlic, and some Greek yogurt sauce that I make. And then in here we have got half a lemon with some electrolytes in there as well. I feel like after this breakfast, all my energy comes back. It's a whole load of calories, but really, really nutrient dense as well. Just look at that yolk. In terms of recovery, if I have no major plans on a Saturday, I will use this as a full recovery day and head to the spa. So that means sauna, steam room, ice baths. Just overall, just trying to relax and reset and just switch off so I can go into my Sunday long run feeling fresh. We have got 28 Ks today, longest long run of this block so far. 28K with some marathon pacing in that block. Honestly, I'd be lying if I said my stomach was not doing butterflies to a degree right about now. But we have got we have got all the gear. For long runs in particular, if I'm going out on my own, I'll probably use a running belt, and this will just hold things like my gels or maybe my house key. Arc'teryx hat on, we've got our earphones in, kind of sunny out there, but it's cold. So I think I'm gonna be wearing some gloves as well. But in general, I kind of wanna have as least things on me as possible. Yeah, last half an hour, my stomach has been doing some sort of backflips. I kind of just want to get out there now and get this done. Body feels okay today, like in terms of recovery and stuff. Had a really, really good sleep. Legit had like over 9 hours sleep. So all the data from my Garmin is making me feel kind of positive. And now we just need to go and get the work done. Let's do it. Shit. We're officially over halfway, about 16K in, nearly done the marathon pace block. We're just cruising, we're in the flow, feeling good. Does not mean that it's easy though. I actually felt really good post this week's long run. Smiling, singing along to my tunes. What a vibe. I felt mentally sharp. My legs held up really well. I didn't really feel any niggles until around 25, 26K. That kind of left me feeling really, really confident. Out of all the gear that I told you about or showed you in this episode, hopefully there's something in there that you feel might help you within your training. And with that being said, it is on to the next week.